Good morning. So is it going to be this week? Are we going to get in the fields this week? Run a new 8RX and plant some corn? Maybe, but it's about 30 degrees out this morning. It's quite chilly. So warm up towards the end of the week. We'll see what the precip does, and hopefully we can miss the rain. We are going to treat beans today. We're going to try and do a lot of work out here. I'm just firing up heaters because it's cold. I've got a few other things to take care of this morning, and then hopefully we'll get her rolling later, and we might do some deliveries this afternoon as well. So we have one last component, I guess, coming for our house. Kind of a side project after we got done with the builder and stuff that we worked on ourselves. Here, I'll show you. We have our pantry here, and we've got some cabinets that we're putting in, and the countertop is coming today. We did this cabinets and countertop on our own, and so they're bringing that out this morning later, and we're gonna have a sink in here, and I need to cut out this cabinet for the sink base, so that's what I have to do this morning. So we've got it all marked out. I got my jigsaw, and I've got a shop vac, and we're just gonna trim that real fast. There, that ought to work. And they just called me, said they'll be here in 45 minutes, so good deal. So I did get a few beans treated over the weekend. You'll notice these are red, not orange. I am treating with heads up on these. They've got that additional component. We'll talk about that at some point here. I don't know about today, but sometime this week when I'm treating with it and what it's for and all of our different stuff, because I've kind of been waiting for that. But anyway, I did 8 boxes. I was supposed to get 10 out of the packet of heads up that I mixed up, the amount that I mixed up. So my rate was off. I don't know what I did wrong, but somewhere I calculated something wrong and I didn't get it on right, which is a bit of a problem. So I've got 2 more boxes that I need to put it on. Well, I've got more than that, but 2 more from that run that I need to put it on. And we're gonna have to pull a couple more boxes out and stuff and try and figure out what to do about that. This stuff is a little bit difficult to use. It actually comes in these little foil packets here. It's inside of a Ziploc bag in there, and this packet does 400 units. But you have to make a slurry out of it, so you got to mix it up with water. And you're supposed to use 100 ounces of water to mix all that stuff up. Well, when you do the math on that, 100 ounces of water divided by 10 boxes, that's 10 ounces per box. And when you're doing a box every 2.5, 3 minutes or something, that pump has to run extremely slow, like 2 or 3 ounces per, well, 3 or 4 ounces per minute. And when I was doing the inoculant the other day, it was doing, what were we putting on? 30 ounces a minute. So we're like 1/10 of the speed, and that was my problem with getting my rate low enough. I actually diluted it down and put it with 200 ounces of water so that I could at least do 20 ounces per box and doubled that. And that helped, but we're still off a little bit. So we've got more beans to treat. We're gonna keep doing that, and I gotta do some figuring, because some of the beans are getting just the heads up with the Cruiser Max Vibrance, the red beans, just like I did there. Some of them we're gonna actually put the inoculant in with the heads up, and that's gonna change the rates again. And so we gotta keep doing some math as we go here. The other thing is, I believe my agronomist Wade is coming out here this morning or sometime today. He wants to go through plot seed of my stuff and make some plans for some trials and the plot work that we're going to do out here, and make sure we've got all that stuff lined up and ready to go, and we're good with that. So we're going to do that, and I might take him with me to make a delivery. That I got a big customer that I picked up here in January that I've got all his stuff ready to go, and I would like to take Wade with me there to go in and introduce him and meet him, so that if we have any questions or anything throughout the season, he knows who he's talking to. And how good agronomist Wade is, because he's really good. But anyway, it is now almost 10 o'clock, and my countertop guys are going to be here any minute, so I got to go up to the house and wait for that to get done. Well, there you go. We have a countertop. They're bringing a sink later today, I guess. They didn't have it in stock this morning. And an hour and a half later, this is what it looks like outside. Fun. How fun. It's snowing. We're going to the Hayden Seed Warehouse to go treat some beans, so
maybe that'll be better. And it's about done, I think, looking at the radar, so we should still be able to deliver some seed this afternoon.
All right, we are getting ready to do some treating here. So I am mixing up some of this Heads Up, those foil packets there. I should have showed you the powder before I put it in, but basically we mix up the powder with 50 ounces of water, stir it up, and then I'm gonna pour it into this jug. We're gonna put the lid on and shake it until it's all dissolved, and then we put another 50 ounces of water in and clean out our container and shake it again to get it all dissolved. That will treat 400 units then. It'll be 100 ounces total, which is why I got off on my rates over the weekend, because there's such a low use rate. And we're gonna add some inoculant to it today, so that means our use rate will be higher with the blend of the two of them, and we should be able to get it dialed in a little bit better. Well, we are treating, and we're gonna see how this goes. So I actually filled up the cal tube up to about what we're supposed to use on this box, and we're drawing from that to see if our rate is right. But we've got our inoculant and our Heads Up in there. Should use like 47 ounces per box, I think it was. 10 of that is the Heads Up, 10 of it is the inoculant with the extender, so that's all good. You can see I set this against the back wall. This is actually working pretty well for me. And then I've got my tubes and electric wires going under the cardboard there up to the treater. Yeah, all is good here. Things are going well. So we got 10 boxes to do. This is actually box number 2. And then we might try and make a delivery. I don't know, we'll see. We're kind of running out of time. Plus it snowed. Why did it snow today? Now we get to let all our heat out with some with truck seed delivery and go out in the rain and melting snow off the building. That'll be fun. 9 boxes on that truck. Wow. And we got our first 4 treated. Got to dig out another variety, but it's lunchtime. All right. Well, Wade left. He was here with Aaron, a guy that's training with Golden Harvest, developmental sales rep, I guess. They were here. We were going over some plot plans and trials and what we want to do this year a little bit. So we did that. And Brock's down helping Dad with something. I'm at a reasonably good stopping point, so I'm going to go see what's going on with them. Well, other than on my windshield, our snow is mostly gone, so, you know, that's good. Well, I don't know where Dad or Brock are, but they are running electric lines. So see the new conduit coming down there? We're running electric over to the new part of the barn, coming out of the panel over here by the door and going up and over the big doors. They haven't connected to this box yet either, so but yeah, that it's going up and coming. Yeah, and we're gonna get across there. Maybe they had to go get some supplies or something, I don't know. But you guys want to see the new floor? Check it out. It is fantastic. These guys did an awesome job. And it's a little dirty from the cuts they made, the dust, but man, it is smooth. Beautiful job. So we do have a step in front of those doors there. I don't know, it's not as big a step as we thought it would. Maybe be 15, 18 inches is all difference in the floor height. Of course, this angles down, so I think it's 2 feet out there, like where the tractor and the equipment is, but from that line it's sloped down, and then we step, and so it's probably about 18 inches, the step there, which is fine. We do not need a railing or anything along there, because, well, those doors are going to stay closed 99% of the time. We're going to keep those doors closed and keep them as 2 separate barns, and yeah, there will not be a ramp. We're not looking to be able to drive through there. We're looking to keep this as clean equipment storage, to keep the dust and the birds and everything else out of it. So we want it closed off and sealed up as best as possible. So they're going to come through that wall with that conduit. In fact, they've already got some laid there. I don't know if that's the plan, just to come right across here. Must be. Which they got some laying down there. And we're going to put a panel in over here, and then we can come out of that, and we're going to get garage door opener. We're doing an overhead door here. That should come hopefully this week. We've got some lights that I bought we're going to hang up in here, and then just have a couple of runs of outlets and plugs for plugging in tractors, battery chargers, whatever it may be. The new fittings I needed for that corn planter are here. Those look right. We'll have to try them out later, but those look like they're going to be the right ones, so we can get that project finished up. That's good. This needs to come out of the shop. We'll get to that. But we're going to go back down to the seed warehouse because I got another truck coming apparently. Just called me, so we got to move some boxes out of the way so we can get to it. Well, I'm treating some more. I got a couple more boxes I'm going to do, and then we may pull some more out. But I got another truck sitting outside there, so we got to move some boxes out of the way and get him unloaded. Well, we're 12 boxes into it, and I got the treater cleaned out. Our chemical tank is empty, although we do still have some in the inoculant tank there. That should be enough for 2.5 boxes if my measurements have all been right, which I think I'm right. But basically the boxes of the inoculant that I'm using today look like this. It's this Exceed 500 XR, I don't know, whatever. But it's a big bladder, and it does 500 units, which is a really weird amount because our boxes are 40 and 10 boxes is 400, and well, 12 boxes would be 480, and so it's like 12.5 boxes in that bag, which is fine. 2 of those boxes I treated, I did not put it on, so that's why we've got 2.5 boxes worth in there. So what I think we're gonna do is put that other bag in and do another 500. Well, it'd be a little bit more than that actually, but we'll just treat 1,000 units because that's 25 boxes and it works out. So I just need to figure out what the next lot numbers or varieties of seed that we're going to treat are and try and make it come out to an even 1,000. All right, we are ready to run some more. We're going to do another 600 units. Brock's down here. He's helping me. He was they went to Menards to get some supplies, whatever, but he was helping Dad, and then he had a ambulance run or something and came back and Dad was gone, so he came down here and I said, good, I need your help. So he's getting all the next stuff out, but we're going to get started. I have got some of the chemical. We're going to need all of it for this variety, this treatment in there, and we're going to use up what's in our tank here before we add in the rest of it. Some of the beans that we're going to treat in this run are not going to get heads up, and so it's a little bit complicated because of that, but we're going to put inoculant on all of them. So this one's ready to go. Well, things are starting to roll here and we're getting it dialed in. This should be down right almost empty by the time this box is done. We'll see. So Brock's helping me. We're getting a lot done here, and I thought now would be a good time to go through the what and why are we putting stuff on the seed. So that's what we are going to do. So first and foremost, we're putting on Cruiser Max Vibrance. That's what's in the kegs. That's the biggest portion of any of this seed treatment and the expensive component of what I'm doing. So Cruiser Max Vibrance is a combination of 3 different fungicides and an insecticide. It is thiamethoxam is the insecticide, Cruiser. There is Apron XL in it. There is Vibrance Extreme or Vibrance in it, and what's the other one? Dynasty? No, I'm not sure. But anyway, they all target different diseases, seedling blights, rots, different things that would attack our seed or seedlings after we plant them or as they begin to grow. That's the base treatment. That's the important component. That's what we put on everything no matter what. On these particular beans, we are also adding some inoculants. In this case, it is this Exceed 500 XR. I have used this Vault NP some already this year. They are the same. There is basically no difference in them as far as what the active ingredient is. Somewhere on here it will tell you Brady Rhizobium japonicum, something like that. 3 times 10 to the 9th power colony forming units per milliliter. This one here, it says that on this Brady Rhizobium japonicum, whatever, 1 to the 10th colony forming units per milliliter. This one came with an extender, so maybe this is even just a little bit better. It was actually the cheaper one of the 2 as well. So they are a biological. It is the same biological in both of them. It's just the added stuff, and you'll see here it says active ingredient less than 1% by weight. It's a very small amount of the actual bacteria in there. The rest of it is just stuff to keep it alive until we put it on the seed, or really until it gets in the soil, because it's got to stay alive on the seed as well. And that bacteria's job is to form colonies on the soybean roots and fix atmospheric nitrogen, turning it into a plant available form that our soybeans can then use. Soybeans are a legume, and much like alfalfa, several other different legumes, they have this symbiotic relationship with the bradyrhizobia, and they feed those rhizobia by providing them sugars excreted through the roots, and in turn the rhizobia, the bacteria, feeds nitrogen into the soybean plant. They fix their own, or they make their own, but it's coming from the atmosphere and then being used by the plants. Corn does not do that. Corn is not something that has that ability to interact with that bacteria in order to fix nitrogen out of the atmosphere, which is why we side dress the anhydrous. So that bacteria occurs naturally in the soil. It is something that is in basically all of our fields already. General rule of thumb is if you've never planted beans, or it's been more than 3 years since you planted beans in a particular field, it is a good idea to inoculate your soybeans, to put that bacteria on there. I do it through my seed treater with a liquid. There are also dry forms of this that you can add at the seed tender or planter box treatment. Sometimes you can double inoculate, put both on, or different strains or something like that. So that particular treatment is cheap. Like, it costs $3 to the grower. That's pretty reasonable considering you would use, 1 unit or $3 to $4 worth of it per acre, and beans are $14 right now. It takes very little to make that pay. And then the other component that we are putting in, and you've heard me talk about, is this Heads Up plant protectant. Now, I have been told that this is also a biological, but reading this active ingredient, it says extract of quinoa, something, lots of stuff. And whether that's a bacteria in there or not, I don't know. I don't really know exactly what this is, but it is supposed to help with sudden death syndrome, or what I am really interested in here is the white mold. Some of you may remember we had huge issues with white mold last year. It's something we fight regularly. The severity of it depends on the year, but this is something that I've been looking at for several years, heard the advertisements, and we're going to try it and see if it works. I'm a little bit skeptical yet, but if it does anything, it'll be worth it. So we're trying it. Again, relatively inexpensive. That one's $5 a unit to the customer, and it's a little bit more than the inoculant, but if it's something that protects against white mold, or we have any issues with white mold and it helps at all, even if it reduces the severity by half or a quarter, it will pay for itself very, very, very quickly. So those are the 3 different components that we're putting on. There are lots and lots of other things that you can add, and other things that I occasionally do add, but not really this year. Those are the 3 main things that I'm using this year. One other thing I should note, when we're talking about the Cruiser Max Vibrance, I am also adding in some Apron XL with that. There is already Apron XL in the Cruiser Max Vibrance, but it is at a 0.32 fluid ounces per unit, right? Rate. It's a 0.32 per hundredweight rate, I think. I spike that and make it a 0.64 per hundredweight. Put the maximum labeled rate on. I also will occasionally add this yellow colorant. That is literally just color to turn them orange. Takes the red from the Cruiser, mix it with the yellow, we get orange. I am not using that now. We're using just red beans, and that is to help me differentiate when I'm adding inoculant and higher treatment stuff to it. These beans are red. If I see red beans, it's because, hey, something's different, and so it helps me know, when you're loading the planter, you look at a box, what's on them. Now, they should be labeled, but it's just a check and balance kind of thing that I've got in place there. So, any questions on what or why we're putting stuff on, let me know. That's the basics of it. I know in some areas seed treatments are controversial, but they pay off big time for us. Like, you can plant naked seed and not treat it, but it's not a good idea, especially into cold, wet soils early. There is no way I would remotely ever even consider planting beans in March like we did last year that were not treated. And the better treatment package I can have on it, the better, because it helps protect that seed, right? These beans are expensive. They're very expensive. And we want to make sure that we protect them so that they grow to their best of their ability. The product that we're harvesting at the end of the year, those beans, they're also worth a lot of money right now. So anything we can do to produce more bushels, it's a good idea. You guys tired of the seed treating videos yet? I've gotten a lot done. That keg is about empty now. That will be the 4th keg. 3 empties over there. This is the leftover from last year. That's probably 2/3, 3/4 of a keg. It's pretty heavy yet. And then we got 2 more full ones. So we're over half done. I don't think I'll use all of this or all of what I've got because I should have plenty. But yeah, we've gone through a lot of chemical. I'm getting tired of doing it, but had to have done 1,000 units today. I'd have to count up the boxes when we're done here. I did, what did we do? I don't know. So that box was about the 3rd or 4th one today where I have put in exactly what we're supposed to use. So it's just the inoculant in there. We don't have any heads up now. And we should use 37.4 ounces per box. So I've been putting 37.5 in and seeing where we end up with. And we're dead on. I mean, the rate is dead on perfect. So that is good. But yet, I keep having a little bit left over. So I don't know. I don't know if there's more in them boxes or them bladders and stuff than they tell me. Or if the conversion from hundredweights to seed count unit is off a little bit, and so we end up with a little bit extra. But I mean, we're getting on what we're supposed to, at least according to the label. Last box, that's 1,120 today. That's a pretty good day considering we didn't start till almost noon. Yeah, I did not get any seed delivered today. It rained and was crappy and the roads were bad, so maybe we'll do some tomorrow, maybe we won't, I don't know. It's gonna be cold tomorrow. I don't really want to do it, but if the sun's shining and it's nice out, we might. All right, well, the first thing we're gonna do tomorrow is dump all these back, and probably won't treat anything in the morning because that's gonna take a little while. Oh, and our forklift has reached its limit for the day. We actually had to plug it in and give it a 15-minute power charge, like a power nap, to get done, and it was struggling on that last box, getting it up there on the treater, but we've got it. So we'll get that charged up overnight. We'll go at it again tomorrow. Some of those in the corner need treated. I've got some extras there. I got to do a little sorting in here. It would be nice to get rid of some of these ones that are treated, so I might give that guy a call, see if he wants to come pick his up. We'll try and get some stuff out of here. Maybe we'll just make deliveries tomorrow. I don't know. But some of these beans that we did today were for some customers, so we can get them out of here now. That completes their order after I add the corn that we got sitting over there for them, so we can clean it up in here a little bit. Brock's coming back tomorrow to help Dad hang conduit, run electrical to the new barn, right? Yep. We might get a field cultivator out and start working on that if it's relatively nice out, because it's coming quickly. I don't think the rain has really added up too much today, or the snow. So it was close before today. After today, we probably need a couple of days. I'm thinking Wednesday or Thursday, we're going to go look at some fields and see. And maybe by the end of the week, we'll be doing something. Next chance of rain was on Friday. It's like a 50% chance. So who knows? But that's a ways out yet. It'll probably change. All right. Thanks for watching today. I didn't wrap this one up back out in the barn. So yeah, we'll do it here. Tomorrow, probably treating some more seed. We'll probably deliver some. I don't know. We'll see. It's not going to be super warm, so but it's not supposed to be raining or snowing, and it might be a good day for that. We got to keep the seed stuff moving, because when the weather breaks here towards the end of the week, everybody's going to want to go, and I am too, and I don't want to be delivering and treating beans when I should be planting. So thanks for watching. Questions, comments, leave them down below. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please do that. Like the video. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.